Hey guys, it's Captain Daniel Kim, and in this video, I'm going to talk about what is love when it comes to attraction and dating. So, love is something that a lot of people say that truly makes us happy. It's one of the most powerful emotions in the world. You know, a lot of religions are based on love. And I think dating, if you really think about it, the marketing behind dating, like Valentine's Day, everything like that, I think it's taboo to like actually what's I don't even know what taboo means, but I think being in love and having sex is what everyone craves and it's not judged upon. But if you have sex for fun, it's more judged. So everyone has this positive image of love. So, but is this love a human-made marketing thing to make dating more? I don't know, acceptable? What is this thing called love? Is there such thing as love now in this age, in this modern age of dating? What is love, right? So to answer that question, I could only give you my own personal experience, right? So I know there's one thing for sure that everyone knows, and if you experience it or if you don't experience it, then I apologize. But something called family love, right? So family love is we all experience it from our parents, from family, right? Usually there's some kind of trust, right? For example, a good example is like when my parents don't call me or I don't call them, I still know they'll call me back or I'll call them back because I love them and there's just that security around that. So I think love has some kind of security, some kind of safety. I think that's one part of love. There's definitely some kind of trust. There is something that that person wants the best for me and I want the best for them. There's a no judgment, right? So I know, yeah, do I feel like my parents will sometimes get mad at me for some things I do, right? Maybe they're not proud of some things I do, but one thing I knew for sure my parents is they don't judge me on love, right? I feel like they don't judge me on what I do. They always, in the end, still know who the real me is, right? So I think family love is something that most people know, or some kind of love like that, some kind of unconditional, unbiased, like love. We call that love. But the thing about that love is we don't feel it every day, right? Like right now, I love my parents. I truly do love my parents, but I don't feel like, oh, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna be emotional. No, but it's there. I know there's a love for my parents in my heart, and my parents love me too, right? But this love, when it comes to romance, it's such an interesting concept because is it actually a love that was created by us, or is it a love that was created by the world? Because the world shows us what romantic love is through Disney movies and movies, all that stuff. But what is a love between a man and a woman? And to answer that question is, I think you have to go with your instinct. So for me, why I say this is because, there's a girl who recently came into my life in the past where I would say there's very deep emotional connection with her. And I would say because I'm in this industry of dating and attraction, I always try to become better than the man I was in every single relationship in the past. So if a relationship doesn't work out, I try to improve it. If a relation does work out, but just, it just ends because I was just dating, I still take the good and the bad and try to improve the bad and make the good even better, right? That's how I usually approach every single relationship when I get into. Usually because I don't have a girlfriend, right? Right now I'm just dating. But this girl was the only girl recently where I wanted to be in a committed relationship, right? And I don't know. Uh, did I love her? Maybe I want to say I did. Like maybe I could say that I did really love her, but some people say time. Sometimes time, love takes time, but I don't know. There were some strong emotions towards her that I don't know if it was called love, right? And this video, I'm trying to tell you guys, for those guys who are looking for love, right? I don't know if you could, if you want to love a person, right? So here's the thing. I will say this. I think I loved her, but she didn't love me back. Or I don't really care if she didn't love me back. Because people usually take it as love as like, oh, like I think it was love. It shouldn't matter if it was love for her. It should matter only if what feelings you had for her, what you felt towards her. And I think with this girl, I did have very strong feelings. But like I don't even know what love is anymore. I feel like the first love, I truly knew that was first love, but that was so innocence, right? So any strong emotions I feel, because I don't have these emotions with all girls. Like that's the thing, right? I wish I had emotions like this consistently because I love it. I love how love makes me feel, or this feeling of pure strong emotions helps me feel. And I wish I could have it with every girl, but the way I experienced this relationship with this girl, I don't know if you guys have experienced what I experienced. So if you are getting into this dating attraction field, trying to attract women, and maybe you had your fun and you're looking for love, I don't know. I can't help you on that just because I'm still trying to figure that out. So I think first figure out what is your definition of love, and maybe it's your choice to define what love was, right? So like with this ex, I could keep saying I didn't love her, but is that coming from ego because I don't want to say I loved her because she didn't love me back? I don't even know if she loved me back, right? But we never said it to each other. But I'm just trying to figure out, if I loved her or not. But I think right now in this video, I'm saying I did love her. And it's something that I've experienced and I kind of want to experience again for me to be committal to my next girlfriend. So I think if you guys want to fall in love with women and have a really deep relationship, because most of my videos are about dating, right? And I think this video is more about guys who want to see the other side, the deeper side of when it comes to dating, right? Because I think most guys, we get into this industry about attraction and getting girls is because in the end we just want somebody to love us. We want people to love us. We want to be accepted. We want to feel like a man. But the main scenario is for us to love ourselves back, right? I think for me, it's so much easier to love myself when the whole world loves me, but it's so much harder to love myself when the whole world is against me. And I think that's what I'm struggling with now, even at the age 30s. Like, but it's so much better than when I was in my 20s. In my 20s, I just based my opinion on everyone else. But now I'm really focusing on how do I feel about myself when I'm alone and no one's around me, right? And that's why I feel like this girl that I really had strong feelings for, it didn't work out, but I think it was 100% my fault. And I take that responsibility so I can move on from it. But I think I was able to love her because I was starting to really fall in love with myself. So this video didn't really have a point, I feel like. I just kind of talked about love, but let's still make it more tactical and strategic and how you could implement in your life what I was just talking about. I would say if you want to find love when it comes to attraction and dating, figure out what love is, and if figure out if you love yourself or not, and if you don't, it's okay, right? But just be conscious of that whoever you fall in love with next, or that person you're falling in love with, or I do think most people like they date like 'cause like I said in another video that dating is so easy now, right? So I think it's easier to date, but it's harder to fall in love because we have so many options. You can't fall in love with someone if you keep bouncing around. So it's like you can't love a sport, one sport, if you're playing, let's say you play basketball, baseball, football. You can't really love a sport until you pick that sport and you really delve on. You're gonna pick one sport that you really like and you stick to that, no matter through the good and the bad, right? You could first stick with that sport because you're so good at it, but for you to fall in love with that sport, it's because you're good at it, but also you'll keep improving it. So I think that's the next step in love. And the next step in dating is now this is the next level, I think, in terms of even attraction dating. I think dating coaches should take this to and start teaching it. And maybe I could get to that level is learn how to make guys make a girl fall in love with the same girl, fall in love with them over and over again. I think falling in love is the next level of game because right now attraction is what most dating coaches teach. But the real game is, can you make the girl fall in love with you over and over and over again? And I think that's the next level, right? That's if you're able to do that, I think your inner game has to be also good because you're also in love with yourself. That's why people can fall in love with you easier. I hope that video makes sense. I'll probably rewatch this and see if that made sense, but I guess that's the next level game, right? I think this video, I don't even know the topic of the video on top of my head, but I'm saying it's like, I guess the video is called Love. Is there love exists? So how do you make a girl fall in love with you? I guess that's a better topic of this video, but I hope this video helps, guys. It's kind of my thoughts about love and where I'm at because I've become so good at attraction and dating, but what's the next level I do want to take, So hope that helps. It's been a pleasure.